With the start of a new year comes another PAX South, and just like last year, I'm going to run down my favorite 5 games of the show. Before I do, however, I'd like to follow up my top 5 picks from last year. After all, what's the point of shouting out these games if I just forget about them later? First up is Bee Simulator. It quietly released last November on the Epic Games Store and Switch eShop, though I suspect it will garner more buzz when it releases on Steam later this year. Interestingly enough, physical copies for multiple platforms can be ordered directly through the official website. If Bee Simulator's price point stings too much, then Gato Roboto's here to satisfy your budgetary needs. It released last May, and just like its feline lead, it's a cute little thing that's sure to make you smile. On the flip side of things, The Lover's Tale: A Fold Apart missed its fall 2019 target. Thankfully, Lightning Rod Games' Twitter is still active, suggesting the game is merely delayed, not dead. I expect it to release sometime this year. Unfortunately, I can't say the same about Gestalt Vanguard. This Weird West action-adventure definitely stood out at last year's PAX South, but updates about the game ceased immediately afterward. The presence of Metamorphosis Games' website and a New Year's Twitter post aren't enough to convince me that Gestalt Vanguard will be ready anytime soon. Finally, there's Dicey Dungeons, which saw a kinder outcome. It was released on PC last August, and ports for Switch and mobile are on their way later this year. While the PC version will likely see several discounts over time, I think this game is a much better fit for smaller screens. Waiting a little longer for the other versions may be worth it. Alright, now that the follow-ups are out of the way, here are my top 5 games of PAX South 2020. Reunite 3 siblings and flee a war-torn land in Greek Memories of Azure. As part of a magical race called the Corrine, Greek, Adara, and Raydel each possess unique talents which will greatly aid them in fending off foes and navigating the environment. I only got to play this game for about 5 minutes at the end of the show, but it left a massive impression on me. Between the atmosphere and the mechanics, Greek is like a cross between Hollow Knight and the Lost Vikings. If you'd like to see it for yourself, subscribe to the mailing list at playgreek.com. Demo invites are coming soon. If you're feeling more chipper and entrepreneurial, then Calico Magical Girls Running Cat Cafes is the game for you. In this self-proclaimed cat cafe adventure, you'll meet and befriend all sorts of adorable critters and magical characters as you slowly build up a beautiful business to serve them all. Or not. No joke, I totally didn't touch that part of the demo. I was too enamored with riding and wearing cats. I didn't learn for quite a while that there was a whole other game behind me the whole time. Calico looks to release this summer, but if you can't wait, you can check out an early build now at alphabetagamer.com. On the complete opposite end of the game spectrum is Infernax, an old-school 2D action game with modern sensibilities. Basically, it's like a better Simon's Quest. No better than that. As one of the handful of people who actually beat the demo at the show, I can confidently say that Infernax is tough but fair. Your character is nimbler than any 8-bit Belmont, but reading enemy tells is still crucial to success. For those having trouble, upgrades and magic can help, though the choices you make throughout the game can affect how your character develops. Infernax has been in development for a very long time now, so hopefully we won't have to wait too much longer for its release. Tucked in a small booth was a curious sight. Why, this floppy bear wields a heck of a scythe. Originally planned as a horror game, Brave Eduardo instead became a massive adventure game with a focus on exploration and light action. The Reaper Bear Eduardo seeks to reunite with his owner, and a world full of bears and strange creatures stands in his way. Besides exploring cobblestone towns and eerie landscapes, Eduardo will also fight, cook, fish, and play cards. No, really, there'll be a card game too. Though Brave Eduardo immediately caught my eye thanks to its marrying of a dreary world with a cute protagonist, it held my attention thanks to its stylish combat and dry humor. The contrasting elements reflect the complementary tastes of the 2 devs I met at the booth. Their respective desires for the game have combined into something truly compelling and worthwhile. They say they will take their time with Brave Eduardo and estimate another 6 to 12 months before it's complete. If you want to keep up with their progress on the game, they extensively vlog their development experience on YouTube. Before I move on to my top game of PAX South 2020, I'd like to go over some honorable mentions. Though these games fall just outside of my top 5, I believe they deserve shoutouts all the same. Alright, this game is called An Airport for Aliens Currently Run by Dogs. Need I say more? Okay, in this game you must reunite with your fiancé by navigating an airport for aliens currently run by dogs. Look, this game is narrative focused and very funny, so I don't want to give away too much. To answer the most pressing question, however, yes, you can pet the dogs. If you absolutely need to know more, then feel free to follow its development on Strange Scaffold's YouTube or Patreon. Fans of Giant Bomb favorite Windjammers are certainly spoiled for choice now, as both a spiritual successor and an actual sequel are in development. The Windjammers license appears to be in good hands with Don Emu, who have crafted a worthy follow-up with just enough additions to keep it spicy. I'm keen on the slapback move myself. That said, don't count out Shot 1 from Red Moon Workshop. This Austin-based collective started work on their love letter to Windjammers a few years ago, and it appears to be a little more complex and a lot more personality-driven than Windjammers 2. For example, this proud kitty has a special move which puts another cat into play to run defense. Much like Smash Bros. Melee and Smash Bros. Ultimate, I think Windjammers 2 and Shot 1 will develop partially overlapping audiences and coexist just fine. Finally, Emu also brought Streets of Rage 4. As someone who has never touched this series before, I was surprised by just how much I enjoyed this. The art design is clean as a whistle, and I couldn't get enough of juggling enemies. The red health system is nifty too, encouraging players to get gutsy and use special moves more often. Now then, my top game of PAX South 2020 is the kind of game that always piques my interest. It's a game which takes an old idea, like pushing blocks, and does something with it I've never seen before. Petal Crash is an action puzzle game with a Game Boy Color aesthetic and a clever core design. Players attempt to match colored tiles by sliding them across the field. When a match is made, the cleared tiles will also fling away any tiles adjacent to them. High scores require big combos, and amassing matching tiles without setting them off is easier said than done. In addition to a customizable score attack mode, Petal Crash contains a story mode, a puzzle mode, and of course, a versus mode. Honestly, this game is so well designed and fully featured that I wouldn't be surprised if some folks mistake it for a long-lost Game Boy Color masterpiece. It could easily sit along the likes of Shantae without anyone being the wiser. Developer Friend & Fairy has made something incredible here, and that's why Petal Crash is my top game of PAX South 2020. Wow, there was more going on this year than I expected. New and unreleased games felt as if they were becoming rarer at the show, but as I put this video together, I realized I'd seen plenty of cool, fresh games. As long as this continues to be the case, I'll keep attending PAX South and sharing my discoveries. So goodbye for now, San Antonio. I'll see you again next year.